Okay, let's see. This is looking horrible. Mini. Hey. Fuck. Let's see. Fuck off, cat. Get off this. See if that make a difference. No, not really. Mm-mm. Uh, now it's out. Motherfucker. Sorry about the glitching, guys. Um, looks like he wants to go. All right, so take a peek at this. So as you see, transcript number 1, hello, homeless. He streamed this August 18th of 2025. As I if I scroll all the way down, long stream that he did. So I put it into Chat GPT. I know it sucks using that. That's weird. Not sure what happened there. Sorry.
It looks like I'm back. Sorry about that, everyone. As you see, I live in a camper, so yeah, internet sucks. Yeah, I'll try to figure this out. Yeah, I know that it's couldn't read any of that. I saw it on my phones, so hopefully I could get this figured out. Give me like 10, 15 minutes. I'll definitely do something for tonight though. But maybe I'll just do one green at a time. Let's see this for right now. Okay. So let's see how this looks. All right. So this transcript, like I was saying, from the 18th of August. It was the first one that he had up when I started uh, doing all of these. But I can show you. Um, so I've got a couple from August. I've got his September. He had nothing for uh, October. November's here. I got December, and then January, February, and just the first week of March. So, thanks, right foot. Yeah, just got to do little things at a time. I'm actually on my cell phone data hotspotting it to my computer so I can do this. But yeah, so I guess you can't see how many are there, but yeah, like I'll open up the last one. So there's 148. March 7th. So if you all remember any good ones, just put down a date and hopefully a title if you remember, and we can look at it. So anyhow, with that being said and done, I'll pull up what I was doing earlier. So I decided to share or to put the transcripts into ChatGPT. So this one here, I've never actually used it. That was my very first thing that I've ever done on this one. So it has no idea what I've been looking at asking before. So let's get into this one. It saw that I uploaded, asked me what it wanted me to do. So I told it. So now I do know never ever trust AI. Don't. I'm not, but I'm going to use it just for examples of stuff. So, the overview here, the stream alternates between uh, So yeah, like there's a lot of good, pretty good stuff, and that I was able to pull from this. But after a little bit, like once you get down into it, um, contradictions, uh, there's delusional framing. Like I'm playing a character, but elsewhere appears fully invested in. I'm not good with big words. Destiny, narrative, saving humanity, reality projection. That's a big one that he does. And like I said, I've never used this chat GPT for anything else. That was the very first thing that I put. And it talks about the scam manipulation heretics. So, it does say that he is not a scammer. Well, not a good one anyhow, not a big time. We'll get into that. It's quite funny. So let's see. So indicators against intentional fraud. The transcript also. Oh, so if I actually go up.
I'm on live.
So yeah, they talk about the indicators, identity-based persuasion, like helping the artist, helping a homeless person, helping someone in destined. So it's an emotional attachment, it says, creating pressure, a bunch of different stuff. But indicators against intentional fraud. So genuine, vulnerable, disorganized thinking. So that's why they'll say that he's not a fraudster. He's very disorganized on it. But this is just the first transcript put in, so they don't really see it yet. Let's see what else. So I've got to do one thing quickly, though. I'll go here, down. Sorry, just uploading the links into Discords. That way other people who don't have it can have it. I believe that was it. Yes, it is. All right, there we go. All right, so now I'm back. So yeah, like it says with the indicators against intentional fraud, but it doesn't read like a polished scam operator. That's the thing that I found really, really funny. Because it is the 5th month. I've been following Matt for steadily since the end of January, I would say. Yeah, I remember when he had his black eye. Okay, so I've been around that long, steadily, almost daily, watching him. So, according to him, watching him all day long, every day for the amount of time that we do. I'm a stalker, so hey, right on. But anyhow, at least I'm Canadian. So let's see. Does not read like a polished scam operator, but this is only the first out of 148. By the end, they're going to be very worried. So let's see. Instead of, hey, Begamind, A83, Harley, how's it going? So emotionally driven, parasocial fundraising mixed with unstable self-concept and aspirational fantasy. So I'm not sure what that would mean. All right, so this is that full transcript that I put in. But after the 75-minute mark, they said that there was only like 100 or an hour and a little bit. Like you guys saw, some of you guys saw, it is a 4-hour transcript from August the 18th. So the first 15 minutes talks about his homelessness, needing the birth certificate and passport. So that is at the very beginning. So August 18th is when he still needed that passport, wanted it. Increasing frustration with critics. So, people were sick and tired of his shit back then, like they are now. Still, the celebrity comparisons. Okay, so this is when I'm pretty sure maybe in this one he talks about comparing himself to the Island Boys. That was actually really, really funny. Everybody loved that. I don't see a comparison except for he doesn't have the fancy teeth, right? They all sound like shit. So escalation phase. I don't know what that would be, but that's towards the end. They say so. It'd be about middle-ish. The reality projection. So he talks about a lot of different stuff in this first one, but we'll get through it. So let's see. Go down a little bit more repetitiveness of it. So don't forget this title on August 18th was just the Hello, I'm Homeless one. But heavily talked about fixing my teeth, the Johnny Dang shit, manifest destiny, and homeless. So, yeah, like, and putting in different stuff for chat GPT to try to just do, like trying to make a episode based thing, I think. Yeah, create an article or a script based on it. Sometimes that's a little bit scary. I did not do pull out lyrics, poetry sections. It's just too repetitive for this. Yes, Megamind. It is the transcript. Okay, so I'll head back to it. So let's see here. This is the transcript. The very first one here from August of last year. So starts off, at the minute mark. I do have to play around with this because it will be like 1 minute, 25 seconds. But here, for example, it's all together. So got to do the space and then lower down you see 2 different timings. So, got a little bit of work to do with these, but I'll scroll down. This is the first one that we're up to like the hour 20-ish mark. I got 4 hours for this one. Let's see. Yeah, go. So this is when I think when Omar got his channel absolutely banned, taken down. So I knew stuff was going to happen, and I wanted to do a documentary style videos about Matt, just with how everything is with him. The whole him saying that he plays a character, breaking the matrix, because it's all a social experiment, which he talks about. So this bottom part, that's what that is. So if you all want to just kind of sit back and read. Stretch this. Yeah, I did. All right. So yeah, that's what I was going to do for when I start videos about this, but I'm not sure if I will. It takes a lot of effort and everything. I don't really have much funds for different softwares and stuff. Do it the old school, you get what you kind of get type deal thing. So just using what YouTube provides. But yeah, 4 hours on this transcript. So we'll mind doing that for you, beg a mind. So if anybody does want any of these for videos that you guys have, just match it, by all means, just let me know and I'll definitely slide them over to y'all however I can. All right, so let's get back into it. So the chat GP, a bunch of stuff popped up for it, like I was saying before. So let's get back into it. So the scams, I remember this. All right, so it's the article thing. So it's kind of funny how it gives me 3 different titles that I could possibly use for it. So yeah, let's go. Right. This one's pretty awesome. The overall assessment that they gave, the transcript reflects real distress, unstable self-image, aspirational fantasy, emotional vitality, and highly performative online identity construction. Stream functions simultaneously as survival strategy, self-mythology, improvised therapy. That one, yeah, I can see that one. The audience manipulation, definitely that one is there. And artistic performance. So, yeah. All right, so this is when I kind of get into it. So this is why, once again, you never trust AI. Don't trust ChatGPT, because how many times does he ask or demand for money donations? Now it says, based on the transcript, roughly 60 to 100 times. And now here it is, though. In a 1 hour and 22-minute stream. I just showed you all, it's a 4-hour stream. So it obviously AI just got sick and tired of the repetitiveness that he does. So with that being said, being shown, I let it do its thing. So we can scroll down, it is what it is. So I'm like, give me a full breakdown. Pretty much the same stuff as before, just a little bit more detailed for this one. Different ways that he's did that stuff. So this is kind of funny. The way that ChatGPT is showing this, his dental repair and the psychological meaning, rebirth, gold grills, he'll have status power, rapid aesthetic, identity validation, mouthpiece, new self, fake gums, innovation. Johnny Dang is the gateway to fame. So, hey, not Matt saying it. This is GPT. Remember, GPT. Chat GPT is saying this, not Matt. So let's see. This becomes almost. I don't know what that word is. Anyhow, we'll scroll down. Grandiosity. Here's another one. Shifts rapidly between the personas. So persona and the characteristics. A homeless victim, vulnerable, rappers, confident, prophet, mystical, philosopher, abstract, hustler, persuasive, victim of society, resentful, savior figure is grandiose. Character, performative. So, like there is a bunch of different stuff. Repetitive as a psychological reinforcement. So I wonder what that would all mean. Okay. Thanks, Vega. Okay, so the donation and manipulation structure. This stream is essentially a continuous emotional fundraising cycle. Donation tactics used for urgency is ASAP, tomorrow, we need money. That creates the pressure to build the sympathy. And don't forget, I didn't ask or program this. This is what chat's given up and has saw in this. I could pull up my other ones on Matt, and I want to see this all come together with everybody. So I'm putting in a little bits at a time too. But okay, so this is good. Is it a scam? Transcript does not read like it. Does not read like a polished criminal fraud scheme, an organized deception, strategic manipulation at a high level. So that's kind of funny how it says at a high level. It might see that it is a strategic financial manipulation at a low level, but not at the high. I do like that. So the emotional crowdfunding, identity-driven persuasion, fantasy-fueled self-belief, that is really big. But at the same time, if he is playing the character like he says, then it's hard to say. Okay, then live stream dependency. Yes, that he is dependent on the live streams for sure for instant money donations, I guess we can say. So that is true. No, not really, Harley. Didn't miss much, I don't think. Okay, so saying that it doesn't read like it. Okay, so controlled messaging is disorganized. Consistent story is contradictory. Oh, so even chat's seeing that his story is not consistent throughout this. Through this, so that's good to know. Strategic deception is an emotional oversharing. I don't think this one was so emotional oversharing. I think this past week has been very emotional oversharing, especially begging God and Jesus Christ to save him. Yeah, that one there, that was a good streams, and everybody who got a video of that, you're awesome. Thank you for that. Made my morning. Okay, so financial precision, chaotic fantasy. That is extremely true. You know, he's wanting people to pay 50K for his top and another 50K for his bottom teeth to get done. It's not all too good. Detached manipulation, emotionally reactive. Yeah, that's true. He does do that quite a bit. That does not mean fundraising is ethical or trustworthy. It means the manipulation appears emotionally driven rather than professionally engineered. But once again, this is only the first transcript that this side of ChatGPT seen from this account. I have not done any others. I'll open up the sidebar so that you guys can see. And I seriously just made this account today with my my other YouTube channels troll email. So yeah. Yeah, I don't think that he would have made it to that portion of it. So, all right, moving on. The contradictions throughout the stream. So, medical necessity versus gold wrapper teeth. He alternates between survival framing and cosmetic fantasy. I'm humble versus all save humanity. Huge shifts between vulnerability and superiority. You all know what that word is. I'm playing a character versus genuine conviction, unclear separation between performance, delusion, and aspiration. Yeah, okay. I can say aspiration, but not. You all know what that word is. So let's see. I need help versus hostility towards viewers, frequently insults, skeptics, donors, and commenters. So unless it knows somehow who this transcript is about, I don't know how it knows that. But yeah, so moving on. Underline emotional core. Fear of worthlessness. Okay, so yeah, actually let's go back to that. Oh, Panda the Torture Clown is live. He is awesome. He helps me get over clowns. All right, so the role of audience reinforcement. The audience appears to reinforce his fantasies, grandiosities, donation loops, and celebrity identity. Every like, donation, subscription, supportive comment becomes evidence supporting the prophecy. This creates a feedback loop. Attention, validation, stronger beliefs, more performance, more attention. Wait, is Matthew working for ChatGPT? Kind of sounds like that. Holy. Like, that is a little bit weird. Okay, so underlining emotional core beneath all the Roberto, Rap Persona, Gold Teeth Obsession, Matrix Talks, Destiny Heretic. The emotional center seems to B. Fear of worthlessness. The speaker repeatedly implies he is unseen, unrecognized, socially rejected, invalidated. The fantasy of transformation promises visibility, admiration, acceptance, identity stabilization. The deepest recurring message is once I once I transform externally, people will finally recognize my value. So I'm guessing that's a quote that he said in this in that live feed stream, because there are quotations. So, but yeah, so the stream is monitoring internet phenomenon. This transcript reflects broader internet era dynamics. Monetized vulnerability, personal suffers becomes content, parasocial dependency, audience becomes his emotional support system. So that's what that means apparently to them. Attention, economic, psychology, visibility, is existence. Okay. So, the most important takeaway, this is not simply a homeless guy asking for donations. It is a live performance of identity collapse and attempted self reconstruction in front of an internet audience. So the stream combines real suffering, fantasy, ambition, emotional instability, persuasion, and performance art. Wow. So ChatGPT is saying that it's all an act. We know some of it is, anyhow. So yeah. With that said, and don't forget. So yeah. So this was a 4 hour long transcript, and remember wherever it was. Oh, just saw it. So they're saying an hour and 20 minutes. I know that's not right. So this is what I've done. I came over to, I went to it again. And this time, though, I did a little bit different. Instead of putting in the file itself, I did the first 10 minutes. So, with that, I just asked to clean it up into a readable paragraph. So this is what it. So I'll have it read it aloud. Hopefully this works. I haven't tried this one yet, so this is just the first 10 minutes of that 4 hour long thing. So let's see what it made it into. Okay, just one sec. Okay, let's see. Hey, AK. All right. I will have to. Hopefully, just go off my speakers from the computer. Hopefully, it won't be too bad of audio. Let's see, where am I at? Okay, just let me know if it's bad or not. Okay, guess that's not gonna work. Okay, so yeah, I just pretty much turned it into a story. As you guys can see, like how long that was compared to this. So I don't know if that will be a good way to redo his streams, but at the same time, it might be a little entertaining. A little bit hard to say though. My earbuds back. Okay. So yeah, pretty much just within that 10 minutes though. You know, different things were talked about. So yeah, essentially, like ChatGPT is good. I think I'm gonna have to go through more of those, more of the transcripts, just to shorten them. It looks just because of the looks of it, it seems like it doesn't like anything over an hour long. And for Matt's case, I definitely do understand that. So, not sure what OBS is. I've got an HP all-in-one computer. That's about it. And then I've got a couple of cell phones. So I don't have anything special. You know, my keyboard's broken. My down key sticks. My N is broken. My space bar is broken in half too. But it works. It works. OBS is free streaming software. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if I might check it out. But I don't know. My computer kind of runs slow as is. There are a few games that I do like to try to play, but like supermarket, that supermarket game, I have to let it load all morning and then come home and play. So yeah, so my computer really sucks. So just basic stuff is how I like it. So yeah, let's see though. Where was that part where I asked about how much she asked for? Yeah, I'm still. Yeah, go watch her hockey. It's gonna be one of their last ones.
I know. They were at the Grand Prix team.
Nice. All right, so the donations, asking for money donations 60 to 100 times. Let's kind of get into that. Actually, I do want to show you this one thing. So this was a little while ago when I was doing a bunch of different stuff. Go down, open, back up. Let's see. Guys, questions. All right, so these are some of the stuff that I've actually asked ChatGPT and just the ask button in YouTube about that. That's how I've made. That's how I did my other videos. So it is kind of disturbing some of the stuff that actually does pop up on that and things that he has said in his videos. But for the first one, I was actually gonna do the chats as well too. I was gonna download or copy and paste those after I got all these transcripts done, and I came home to see all of them got wiped, and I was like, "What?" That's when we all thought that his channel got cooked, but he just did that. So I wonder who the person with 8508 was. But or oh wait, 8508 isn't. I think that we all know what that one is. So yeah, let's see. Zoom out. That's still looking good. Zoom out once more. Okay. Right, I got a little bit bad. Sorry. Okay, so even last year talked about the teeth, wanting that replaced and everything. So, all right. Let's see something. Go back to the Chat GPT. Sure that. Go. Do the steps. Okay, so apparently 2 hours 39 minutes instead. I guess somebody gave him a massive dono. actually this time than the other times. Right. Talk about people in Washington having a mental issue. Is he talking about himself though? That's the thing. I'm still not doing good. Yeah. All right. So. Themes, scams, accusations, defensive explanations, and donation troubleshootings. Alrighty. I think I'm being fraudulent. So I guess even last year, people were hitting his Cash App or whatever up for scam or fraudulent stuff. So, and of course, that was the go-to, all super chats, until YouTube got him all upset. Then yeah, now he's not super chats anymore. And I believe that it was the end of August, start of September, when his first monetization was taken away. Which that's another one that I do have a little bit of documentation about, is how much super chats he was receiving from this year, and how much got taken away last year. That will be a different episode though. So yes, Mega, I got very, very bored. Very bored. I like numbers. But I'm not an accountant. So just keep that in mind. I'm not an accountant, but I do like my numbers. All right, so let's see this. The analysis on it. He repeatedly denies fraud, explains payment systems, references scam accusations, redirects people between payment apps. The stream begins resembling a real-time donation infrastructure operation. That's a pretty cool way to put it. It's a donation infrastructure operation. Pretty cool. Overall, the thematic analysis, external transformation as salvation. Yeah, that's the best. Fixing his teeth will fix his whole life. Will solve his life. Fame as... so I'm not looking anything up. This is actually the transcript from August of 18th, 2025 of Hello, I'm Homeless by Matthew David Davis. We're going over the live stream transcripts, seeing what ChatGPT all says. And so this one I've never actually used before. It was my first time inputting anything, and I put in a transcript, and it pretty much saw Matt's a loser. If ChatGPT could put a label on Matt, I think loser would be the name. That's just my opinion. But yeah, I'm pretty sure loser would be a good name that they would probably placard him with. So, all right. But yeah, so fixing his teeth will solve his life. Fame as emotional validation. Recognition becomes proof of worth, proof of identity, and of existence. Suffering becomes the live stream content, emotional leverage, donation fuel. Yeah, we all saw that when Matt was actually demonetized. We all saw how badly he became very, very dependent on everyone on YouTube to help with his daily needs. So parasocial dependency, audience becomes emotional support, validation source, financial support system. But don't forget, your money's not his money. Just send what you can, right? So, repeated in this one. Don't forget, this is that when I asked it again, right? Yeah. So, got rid of. Okay, so yeah. That's actually kind of funny, considering it went in a little bit deeper this time. So, rich and famous. So it's definitely looked in a little bit farther than that first bit. Main character, of course, because we're all NPCs to him. So potential indicators, mental state indicators, non-diagnostic, non-diagnosed. Potential indicators include grandiosity, emotional dysregulation, identity, instability, magical thinking. Well, I know if you manifestation of stuff, him breaking the matrix all the time, I guess that might be a little bit of magical thinking. Paranoia and distrust. Yeah, he's got a lot of that. Fantasy based self-construction. Yeah. Important everyone. This is not enough for diagnosis. We cannot diagnose Matt with any improper degree behind us. We're not doctors or anything like that, but we'll label him a fucking idiot. But what's that? But the transcript clearly contains unstable identity construction mixed with live stream reinforcement dynamics. I wonder what that means. What they're trying to say there. Okay, so final overall assessment is stream functions as survival, crowdfunding, performance art, emotional confession, fantasy, projection, and identity reconstruction simultaneously. Yeah, so let's see. I know that it's not this one that has forget which one where it was over 100 within 45 fucking minutes. He asked over 100 times for stuff. So I believe this is one of the few times that he actually talks about his sister. So let's see if he talks about his family. They reveal isolation, strained relationships, lack of support, resentment, and social disconnection. Alrighty, so hey Karen. Let's see. So one of the clearest references. You'd have to do your own research and see, like, oh, he's been in hotels for a while and he doesn't really talk to his family. So that's at the. So wait a second. I'm gonna bring this up for myself. Oh wow, I'm almost right at it too. Okay, so the 108 mark. Okay. 813. Okay, so yeah, let's see. Bring that notepad back up, or yeah, when I did that entire screen, that's when everything kind of went a little bit funky on us. So let's see. All right, view notes. Okay, so be right here. Doesn't really talk to his family. So I'm guessing he's talking about somebody else, I think. But here he's talking about himself. No, I do not have grand delusions. It's I'm an island boy. It's me or the island boys. So yeah, then right below that, he's an island boy. So make sure to like, come on. All right. So yeah. So that's that. So let's go back to the other stuff. So it's back to talking about his family, but I don't think that he's actually talking about himself here. I think that he's talking about somebody else. And then yeah. Yeah, no, that is true. And then parents. Okay. Yeah. And then yeah, so this one he was waiting for his sister to go get something for whatever. So but yeah, all right. So yeah, it's weird. Some of the stuff that chat does. So yeah. So I think this is going to be a lot if I keep on putting in the transcripts to chat. I think this is how it's going to turn out. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think it will be. yeah, anyhow, I think that might be it for right now. My brain's a little bit fried. Yeah, my attention span's a little bit wonky, and I do believe the hockey game's about to start as well too. So, thanks everybody for joining me. You all have a good night. Stay safe. If you guys do something stupid, make sure to record it so that people can watch it too. We all like that. All right. Y'all have a good one. Bye.